Hey everybody, this is Viper4724, and today we are going to be taking a look at a deck that I made for Vraska. It's going to be my Treasure Seeker deck. It will have Kaladesh block, Ixalan block, and Almond Cat block in it. So let's take a look at what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be getting as many supports on the board as possible. I am going to be using Vraska's Contempt as my destroy card. In all honesty, we shouldn't have to be destroying very much with Blightcaster dealing or giving -2 for every support that enters the board. We have Cruel Reality that we're going to be using to give creatures -3 every turn. We still have Vraska's third ability to give -2 when needed. And let's take a look at what else we're going to be using here. The Fell Flagship. It's a pirate. Whenever it deals damage, discards a card from your opponent's hand. The Thematic Compass. Activate 2, convert 2 gems to your Planeswalker's colors. That usually doesn't take very much to get 8 of the color on the board, but when you do, you flip it, and it's going to give or have your first opponent's creature have 0 power. Deadeye Tracker. Activate 3 black, exile the last 2 cards from your opponent's graveyard, then this creature explores 1, using him because he is a pirate. The Exile Vraska's Contempt card. Exile target creature, have your opponent lose 2 life, you gain 2 life. Kambal, Council of Allocation. Whenever your opponent casts a spell or support, your opponent takes 5 damage and you gain 5 life. I believe that he'll be very good going against Ixalan set with all the treasures that are coming into play. Herald of Anguish. At the end of your turn, opponent discards 1 card, which is great to begin with. And when a support you control is destroyed, the first creature your opponent controls gets -2. Once again, going back to all the treasures on the board. Cruel Reality. Syndicate Trafficker. When a support is destroyed, any support, whether it be your opponent's or yours, he's going to get +2/+2. This creature grows extremely quickly. Sword of Animist. I put this in here to get extra support destroy on the board, and that's not just to destroy your supports, but to be destroying as many supports as possible on the board with all the treasures that are possible to be out there. So let's hop in. We're going to be playing Kiora. Now, I have only played this deck once. It worked extremely well the first time. So let's see what we can do with this. Now remember, our matches are green and black. You're going to get +3 for that. You're also going to get +1 for blue and red. And you're just going to get regular counting for white. Make sure that we're always taking the extra swaps when possible. Okay, so I decided to put the Deadeye Tracker out first. That's just to get some stuff going on the board. No particular reason. I didn't do the Syndicate Trafficker first just because there's no supports on the board yet. Okay. Now remember, Vraska's first ability is to destroy your opponent's highest support on the board. So if it comes down to it, there's a good chance I'll be using that. But as of right now, I'm not going to. Okay, so we got to her second ability. As you can see, when that support was destroyed just to flip it, he still got the +2/+2. Now, with that being said, we are going to go with her second ability. Create 2/2/2 black pirate tokens with menace, and to support whenever a pirate you control deals damage, it explores one and finds a treasure. So we have 2 pirates on the board right now. We're going to start exploring. We're going to do everything we can to keep that support on the board, and we're going to start creating treasures. I am actually going to go ahead and leave the rogue off the board. I'm going to work on getting the Herald of Anguish out there. This way, as the supports start coming, we will be getting rid of our opponent's creatures. There we go. And right now I'm still fine with the tutelage being on the board. I don't absolutely need anything at the moment. I still see ways that I can just get rid of it myself without having to worry. And right now I'm in control of the game. Now if something happens, where she does something unexpected, then I will worry about it a lot more. But like I said, as of right now, I have full control of the game. I am going for Vraska's third ability. Which, remember, in addition to the -2/-2, will be dealing 3 damage to your opponent as well. So even if there's no creatures on the board, it's still going to do something for you. Okay, so with this Explorer ability, notice that the creatures are getting those +1/+1s because every time that we're changing, we're not getting those matches. And honestly, I think it's better to not get the matches because it sets the board up for you for next time. It gives them +1/+1, takes stuff away from your opponent most of the time. And as we're sitting right now, we have a lot going on the board. We have our hand full. We don't have to use any of this stuff, which is great to have, being in complete control of the board. I also feel that we have everything that we need to continue to keep control, because if she plays a creature, we'll destroy it with either exiling it or we will use some supports to get rid of it. We're going to be continuously dealing damage to her. There we go. So we have the Museum Meddler on the board. we immediately gave it 0. And now, with the loss of supports, we're going to continue to give it negative. Now, I'm not going to destroy it yet because there's no absolute need to right now. We're still have it at 0 attack. Still in control here. I'm going to wait another turn to put the Blightcaster on the board if needed. Now remember, if we do need more supports on the board, we can use her first ability, destroy one of their supports, and put 2 treasures on the board. As you can see, very easy match, in control the entire time. I think it's a fun deck. I had a lot of fun with it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any ideas for the deck, or if there's anything that you want to see with the new green and black available now, let me know in the comments. Thank you all for watching.